Good morning traders, welcome to a new trading week. Joseph here from Eightcap for this week's Trade Zone Asian session update. So looking at the USD in front of us now, we can see that strong session had to end last week. That did interrupt a couple moves lower, starting in a retracement pattern. So we still are looking at this trend higher. We've seen a new higher high. We do have a higher low here. So it's all, sort of maintaining that picture of a potential continuation to start, but we need to see a new move higher to really signify that. This morning things are a little bit flat. We're seeing a weaker pound but a higher Aussie, and over to the yen we are seeing firmer moves at this stage from risk currencies to the yen. So there was a bit of talk last week after very strong moves against the yen again. Will the Bank of Japan step in to help the yen? But we'll have to wait and see this week to see if that does occur. We can see these real firm moves. So the dollar yen, we'll be keeping an eye on this morning and this week to see if there could be a break of the 135.50 area that would set up new monthly highs, and also if the euro and the pound and the Aussie can continue to push higher against the yen and potentially continue this trend higher that we are seeing at the moment. So for now, there's some of the keys this morning with Forex markets, and gold is trading lower this morning after 2 days higher last week. Ending the week lower last week after two strong sessions. Range still is persisting on gold. We have seen a lower open so far this morning. Now, oil was a surprise last week. There were some signs that buyers did have some regrouping and some strength, but that turned out to be a big fail. We did see a new push higher, but that was quickly butylated as sellers moved back into the market and pushed the market 5% lower last Friday, and we are seeing some selling this morning. So the dynamic has changed. We are seeing this correctional pattern still persisting. We did discuss that as well, and we have seen a new move this morning back down to that 110 area. So US indexes did finish mixed. So we did see the Nas jump 1.43%, the S&P added 0.22%, and the Dow, it finished 0.13% lower. The ASX is flat at this stage this morning, and we are going to just have a quick look at the US 30. So while we're looking at the US 30, we've seen 2 points now of rejection. We are seeing plenty of demand coming in. We have been seeing a lot of selling for a fair bit of time now. So we did see that one move higher last week before that was cut down. So we now are looking to see if we can see some sort of regrouping from buyers, and maybe a start of a decent pushback that's a little bit more extended. Trends are still lower, so we have to keep that in mind. There is a little bit of talk that volatility could be set to continue, and that could encompass some sharp buying and further selling. So that is some of the talk that's being suggested about moving forward this week. And if we do have a look at the VIX, it is interesting, and it does sort of lead to that. It is in a stalemate at the moment, but we have seen that strong move higher. They got back up to the highs we saw back in May, and now we're just seeing a bit of a consolidation. So the trend is up. We can see this leg higher here. We do have a higher low, so it's really now, if that does eventuate, will we see a new push higher, and that will then, attention will definitely be on that 34 to 35 area. And if we do see a break above 35, that's starting to really suggest that volatility is up and about. So this volatility we saw all the way back here in March. That was around when the war was, these moves here was when the war was really getting going with Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and that did set that volatility, really rocketing back, in those periods. So we will just have to give the VIX some time to see if that is a consolidation and we break higher, or if it does fail and we see a move lower. So lastly, we need to discuss crypto. So crypto looked really down and out on Saturday. We saw some pretty, some shocking lows. Bitcoin got all the way back down to that 17,000 handle. Things looked pretty dire, and it didn't look too good, but Sunday came and we saw this very firm, strong recovery. And if we just drop down to the 25 index, we can see how broad that buying was on Saturday. So we can see that it's partially an engulfing pattern. We did see a very strong move on Sunday after, it did look like doomsday on Saturday basically, and the crypto market, up till that point on Saturday, you'd really be starting to question about overall confidence in the entire market. So we can just see how long this downtrend is, and it was just looked like another continuation of zero confidence and just a continued exit out of crypto coins. But Sunday has made a little bit of a statement, and it's really now up to buyers now, and up to see any proof that confidence has returned to the market, and we're going to see the beginning of a more prolonged correction, which could turn into a short-term trend higher, could turn into anything, or on the flip side, it could get cut down again as higher prices are reached. More and more traders who have been trapped in areas above look to sell and get out of their positions. So it's going to be interesting really to see the dynamics here, and if this well, what can we say? Super cheap prices at this point in time, if they do feed further demand, or if we're just going to see an overwhelming of sellers who are just really looking to jump out. So interesting times on crypto, and we'll have to keep an eye on that demand, and if it does continue to develop, and if we do see some sort of defense now after a real long period of time of this coin's being beat down continuously. So let's just have a look at some of the the moves. Like we saw Ethereum break below 100. It got all the way down to 877, and some of the other major coins like Solana fared a little bit better. It did get back down, set support, and other coins that just tested lows but didn't really make new lower lows. But there was on the two biggest coins a real savage move lower that was a real worry on Saturday. So that's it for this morning's update. So we hope you have a fantastic trading week. Keep an eye on the potential for volatility if we do see any strong swings lower. We'd also look for some value buying in crypto potentially if we do see more demand come back to the market. So, and also there is a bank holiday in the US tonight, so you could see a little bit of weaker volatility, or a little bit thinner market. So enjoy the rest of your day. Keep up to date with our releases coming out with the week ahead pieces and all our other analysis via our Twitter, Facebook, and via TradingView. And we wish you good trading. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye for now.